Hello everyone, welcome back to another Star Wars Destiny video. Today we're taking a look at my Trooper, and Bala-Tik deck. I went through and adjusted this deck. I actually played with it in a tournament tonight. Went 2-1, so it was pretty good. The only loss I took was actually to my own Elite Rey and Elite Qui-Gon deck. My friend wanted to play in the tournament and didn't have a deck with him, so I let him borrow my deck and got paired up, and I lost to my own deck. So only loss was to my own deck, so I'm pretty happy about that. I mean, not happy that I lost, but I was happy that the only loss I took was to my own deck. So we have our location is the Rebel War Room. We have in 4. Claim, resolve one of your dice. If it has a resource cost, you do not have to pay it. So I have quite a few dice that do damage, but you need resources to pay for it. So this will allow me to resolve some of those without having to pay the resources. We have 3 Stormtroopers, 7 points, so a total of 21 points on the Stormtroopers, and they have 7 health each. So I have 1 range damage, 2 range damage, 2 range damage at the cost of a resource, and 2 blanks. So we're running 3 of them, and we're running 1 Bala-Tik, or Bala-Tik, however you pronounce it, for 8 points, so we have 29 total points. He has 1 range damage, plus 2 range damage, 1 focus, 1 shield, 1 resource, and a blank. And after an opponent's character is defeated, you may ready this character. Into our upgrades, this is where I made some of the changes, took a couple cards out and put in a couple more guns. So we're now running 2 D8-17 blaster pistols. Just costs 1 resource, has 1 range damage, 2 range damage at the cost of a resource, a plus 2 range damage, a shield, and 2 blanks. Very good card to get out early. You only pay 1 resource to get this out. And then, of course, you can replace it with a better upgrade later for half the price. But we're running 2 D8-17s. We have 2 F11D rifles, cost 2, has 2 damage for the cost of a resource, a plus 1 damage, or plus 1 range damage, plus 2 range damage, 1 resource, a special, and a blank. It also has redeploy, so you can move it to another character once the character that it's using is defeated. And the special is force an opponent to deal 2 damage to their characters, distributed as they wish. We have 2 Holdout blasters, cost 2, has 1 range damage, 2 range damage at the cost of a resource, plus 2 range damage, 1 shield, 1 resource, a blank. It also has ambush and redeploy. So after you play it, you get to take another action, and it has redeploy like the F11D does, where after the character that's using it is defeated, you can move it to another character. We have 2 IQA-11 blasters. They cost 3. There's 2 range damage plus 3 range damage, 1 disrupt, 1 resource, a special, and a blank. Special is deal 2 damage or 2 unblockable damage to a character. And finally, we have 2 personal escort, cost 1, and the attached character has the guardian keyword, so you can resolve when you activate it. You can resolve the die showing damage against it to remove that die. This will help keep Bala-Tik alive a little bit longer. We have 2 ATST. They cost 6. There's 3 range damage, 4 range damage at the cost of a resource, 5 range damage at the cost of a resource. Actually, just say 4 range damage, sorry about that. It's the 5 damage that costs a resource. 2 shield, 2 specials. Special is discard a support from play, so it can blow up Millennium Falcons, can blow up TIE Fighters, things like that. We have 2 backup muscle, just cost 1. When you play it, you place 3 damage on it, and as an action, you can exhaust it to move 1 damage from it to a character, and it ignores shield, so it's basically unblockable damage. You have 2 Drudge work, cost 0. Exhaust this support and 1 of your characters to gain a resource. So since you have 4 characters to choose from, you could basically just take any of those characters and exhaust it to get a resource. If you do that with Bala-Tik, for example, if a character gets defeated while Bala-Tik is being used on Drudge work, he re-readies himself, which is nice. I usually just use it with the Stormtroopers, but you could also use it with him. And then if the Stormtroopers defeat somebody, you get it to use Bala-Tik again. And we have 2 Underworld connections. Cost 2, it's an action to exhaust it to gain a resource. So we have Drudge work and Underworld connections to get extra resources. We have 2 Electroshock, just cost 1. Spot a yellow character to remove a die showing a value 2 or lower. We have 1 endless ranks. I actually got this off in one of the games. My opponent also had endless ranks, and he actually pulled it off as well. But I was able to Still able to defeat both of his Stormtroopers. But Endless Ranks cost 5. Return one of your defeated non-unique red characters to the game with no damage on it. So very nice. Kind of expensive, so we're only running 1. We have 2, He Doesn't Like You, cost 0. And remove one of your dice to remove an opponent's die. We have 1 Occupation, cost 2. You can only play it if you control the battlefield. Force an opponent to lose all of their resources. We have 2 Squad Tactics, cost 0. Activate any number of non-unique characters at once, so you can roll all 3 Stormtroopers, plus whatever they're equipped with. We have 2 Sweep the Area. It also costs 0. Count the number of ready red characters you have, and re-roll that many of an opponent's dice. So if I have all my Stormtroopers readied, my opponent would re-roll 3 dice. And finally, we have 2 Tactical Mastery. Cost 1, spot a red character to take up to 2 additional actions. This is a staple I use pretty much in any red villain deck. Very good, basically just pay 1. You have to have a red character still alive to use it, but then you get to take 2 actions. So this is the modified Triple Trooper and Bala-Tik deck. I went use it in a tournament tonight. First I'm actually playing it, and I did fairly well. Some of the games were kind of close, but I was able to roll out some pretty heavy damage with one of the Stormtroopers. He had 2 F-11Ds and a Holdout, and I was able to roll him plus those to do like 7 damage. So the Stormtroopers, there's a total of, I think, 29 hit points that your opponents have to get through. 7 points for each Stormtrooper, and Bala-Tik has 8. So it's a pretty fun deck. Let me know what you think of the deck below. There will also be, the deck list will be provided below as well. So that's going to do it for this video. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Take care.